Starfield Copium. I really love it. It puts a smile on my face. It's like the Fountain of Youth. It's eternal and completely made up at the same time. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we definitely got to dive deep into this headline right here. It says Starfield's been left out to dry at the Game Awards, and even dedicated fans are not terribly surprised. You know, I'm
Of course, dedicated fans are not even surprised. When your defense of this game is, well, it's not actually that bad as everyone says, it's just bad, and the classic, it gets really good in New Game Plus 7 with 300 hours, and that's when the game really starts to open up and becomes fun. Yeah, that's not cutting it.
definitely not surprised. And there were some heavy hitters for that category, that big category, Game of the Year 2023. And if you missed it, real quick recap here, we have Alan Wake 2 in there. My personal pick for this year.
Game of the Year is just one more bloated construct that's trying to clinch on to relevance, even no one cares about it. It just gets all these things, and it tries to award people with influence, and that's pretty much it. And in this case, gaming companies with a lot of fans. That's all it does. This has no real meaning whatsoever in the real life, and it's shit. Everyone knows Game of the Year is shit. And even Game of the Year knew that it should probably stay away from Starfield, how bad it is. Now admittedly, Game of the Year did nominate Starfield, just to, to subside the flames of the Bethesda fanboys, obviously. And it literally nominated Starfield for the no one cares that you exist category. That pretty much might as well be what it is.
Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. Now that one did stir up some controversy because people are like, hey, that needs to be thrown in a remake category.
True, because it is just a remake. Now, do you agree with this or do you disagree with this? Well, that depends. Are you a Resident Evil fan? If yes, then you probably want it there. If no, you probably don't want it there. And again, this is the problem with Game of the Year. It doesn't actually award the best games or anything. It just awards the games with the biggest fan bases because it's a big franchise. And that's it.
It shouldn't be thrown in here. Let me know if you guys agree with that or not. Then we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Curious, what did you guys vote for? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, it's not all bad news for Starfield. I know Starfield didn't end up in the Game of the Year category, and I know Bethesda wishes that it would have. But hey, here it is. It's sitting here for the nomination for Best RPG between Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, Lies of P, Sea of Stars.
Obviously, it's not winning for its roleplay gaming elements, okay? Starfield, the exploration game with no exploration. The role-playing game with no role-playing aspects to speak of. I mean, the game is limited, okay? All of your companions are the same exact personality, some magically, how honestly, I don't even know how you do that. They're all lawful good. That's it. And, well, you don't have any roleplay choices here. You can't choose to finish a quest differently. You have no good or bad choices here. And the ones you have bad choices for are comically evil like a 5-year-old wrote it. Versus the rest of the game that was written by a 10-year-old.
And there sits Starfield. It's going to go to Baldur's Gate 3. I have no doubt about that, of course.
Obviously.
But hey, it's nominated. It's not like it's all doom and gloom. And Starfield.
You might as well have nominated Mario instead of Starfield for the RPG part. Like, let's be real.
For me, is a good game. Is it Game of the Year? It doesn't have to be Game of the Year. Some of my favorite movies, they don't win Oscars. And they don't have to win Oscars. That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, the community has not been quiet about this one. It says, what's more, no one even seems all that surprised. Least of all people who like it. In the Starfield subreddit, a thread announcing the game's absence from the Game of the Year category with over 8,000 upvotes, I think it sits at 9,600 or something, is flooded with
Well, actually, it's 8,600. So you should probably say it's 9,000x. The cope is so I love this man. Okay. Also, he didn't previously use a webcam, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, I love this so much because he legitimately just like full on loves Starfield. at least he has sold himself the idea that he loves Starfield, as most people do for things that they like because they don't want to admit they did a bad purchase.
Shrugged shoulders and sad sighs. I really enjoy and love Starfield, but I'm not terribly surprised, writes user initial quote 000. Further comments seeing the same story tune. So it seems like the Starfield community pretty much on the same page overall. Some people are hailing this as their favorite game of the year. And then there's
Those are some really sad people. Those are some really sad people. But I do want. No, they're not really that sad. As I have said previously, I do think if you're like someone who has played Call of Duty all of their lives or something like that, and you have not played any other game, for example, I don't know, Fallout New Vegas, or Fallout New Vegas, because every other Bethesda game is shit also. Skyrim kind of is there. Fallout 3 is kind of there. Fallout 4 probably is my second favorite Fallout game, because the original 3 was kind of dog shit. Okay, let's be real. It had a lot of choices, but it wasn't really good. It just looked like you were constantly walking on diarrhea. Okay, that's how the world looked too much. It was bad. Okay, let's admit that part, right? The original Fallout 3 wasn't that good when you really, really stop and think about it. That's why no one replays the original third. Everyone replays New Vegas, because that game was awesome. Okay?
some that go to the extreme end.
And because those people have not played any of the good games, probably something like Starfield, where you have a quest where it creates the illusion of choice, but the outcome, no matter how you do it, what you do is always the exact same. They think that this is great. Some people unironically think that this is great because they have never played even a semi-functional role-playing game.
And have really stirred up their own hashtags and movements and things like that. We'll get into that in just a moment. But yeah, everyone has a different opinion about this one. And this has definitely been a very entertaining ride with Starfield. A very divisive game for sure, which is fine. But hey, that's going to happen. I'm going to grab my popcorn when it does. So yeah, then we have some context here from...
It's not actually divisive. Most people agree that this game is bad.
X357, who says BG3 has endless choice. That's Baldur's Gate 3, of course. Starfield has zero choice. I have 250 hours and love, hate it, but understand what it is. It's not even an RPG. Every time I tried to complete a different quest a different way, it didn't work. There's only one option or another semi-option that will make everyone hate you for 10 seconds, then forget. Zero choice or consequences, which is what...
The or semi-choice option, by the way, is actually not even an option. It's just like you get the same outcome, but people are slightly pissed for no reason. That's kind of what he means. Even that's rare.
Is needed for RPGs. And he finally says this: Starfield is a fun action-adventure game with light roleplay elements, though. And it seems like a lot of people were expecting a lot more from the game. I myself, I kind of had an idea of what Starfield was going to be before it released again, and I was really, really kind of guarding my hype level. And I was, at the end of the day, having fun with the game and still am. Here comes the hate comments. My point is, just like what you like. Who cares about awards? Who cares what critics say, your friends say? If you...
Yeah. That's a stupid way to live your life, okay? Hey, if we're all allowed to just live our lives, you know what happens? Murder, stealing, theft. The weak actually get a say in society. It becomes disgusting, okay? This is what happens. If we just let Starfield be unpunished for being this much of shit, and Todd Howard lying once again to everyone and everyone just eating it up and not even questioning it, and some people running the fence, oh, no one actually said that Starfield is going to be open world exploration. Except those 15 videos where people from Bethesda and Todd Howard himself says, that's Star, not in JPEG. You can go to it. You can travel to it. Yeah, everyone was lied to. And some people are so sad that they even run defense for Bethesda. Okay? That's the saddest thing. Hey, if you like this game, that's fine. But do not dare to go on the internet and say that you liked it, because the rest of us, people who actually care about their time, care about the money they spend, care about, things happening in the world, we want to punish Starfield's existence. We want to punish Bethesda so they do not release a half-baked shit product like this ever again. Okay? That's what we want to do.
Enjoy it. Go for it. That's how I feel about gaming anyway, or anything in particular.
Though, looking back, I think calling Starfield half-baked is honestly a compliment. Now, this game got dropped out of the tray on the way to the oven, okay? It's there on the ground completely raw.
Movies, what have you. Just enjoy what you want to enjoy. But yeah, then we have this one right here. This one comes from Xbox Curator, who says, Justice for Starfield FTGA, which is the Game Awards, Xbox Starfield.
Xbox.
And he goes on to play this trailer here. I'm going to only play a little bit of it, of course. But it showcases, the new Mario game, and it says, is better than this? He's saying that Mario is better than...
Dude, you know what's my favorite part about all these people who, say, Starfield is so amazing? This is one location. This is one handcrafted location of, 10 or 15 or however there are. And the handcrafted locations aren't that bad. But you need to understand that the handcrafted locations that you come across are going to be one every, 5 hours maybe or something like that. And there's only a couple of them in the game. Everything else is going to be a copy and paste. Yeah, I have heard people talk about this location. It's kind of a cool concept. Too bad the fact that Starfield kind of ruins it because the gameplay is really shitty and bad there. And there's, it's kind of disappointment at the end. But, the location by itself is kind of cool. But again, this is a 20-minute location out of... I don't know. If you got here, you have probably already played for 20 hours or something. So, this is a 20-minute location versus 20 hours of gameplay. Not worth it.
Starfield? How could that even be possible? And I say for some people it can. Gaming is a very subjective experience, Some people love that sort of thing.
Actually, mostly it's fully objective. We can easily claim that because some games just flop and some games win, okay?
I myself, I really enjoy Starfield, but ultimately this year, Alan Wake 2, holy crap, can't recommend it enough. I'm just saying, guys, if you are missing out on that one, don't. And you can kind of see all the replies here to this topic. Yeah. People are like, wait, what's...
Delete this.
Yeah, so you can see what's going on here. The reaction are like, wait, come on now. Let's lighten up about this one. This is not life or death. I just don't think that hashtag Justice for Starfield is going to be taking off. I'm just going to say it. But, you can try. But, people are still playing the game. We're going to get into the numbers here in just a moment, by the way.
Numbers,
compared
again.
to Skyrim.
Wow.
That's definitely interesting because Skyrim actually overtook Starfield. It's a conspiracy. So this is really cool. David Harbour came out and he basically sung a song of praise for Starfield, saying that he's really enjoying it despite all the controversies that are going on around.
Okay, I'm reading what he's saying. He already sounds like he got paid.
Starfield, yes.
Starfield, I loved it. I mean, it's been controversial. Bethesda games, there's something about them that are just so rich in that world.
Which I thought was cool to see because, he didn't keep his mouth shut about it. He still gave his opinion knowing that it goes against the grain, so to speak. And he's willing to say what he likes despite there being tons of hate for Starfield. There is so much hate for Starfield. If you go out and you say you enjoy Starfield, it feels like you're...
Or maybe he wants the early access for Elder Scrolls 6. Like 99% of, the journalistic outlets. Journalistic. Trash. Outlets that said that Starfield's a 10 out of 10.
Walking on ice. And you're like, oh man, who did I offend just by saying that? Which I just think is kind of ridiculous. It's just a game at the end of the day. There are much more serious things going on in the world. But yeah, let's bring up a bigger discussion to see that Starfield didn't make hard.
This, by the way, also is handcrafted encounter. It's literally like the second mission that that a lot of people do. And when you do this, you're roughly like level 5, and this thing is level 10. Or at least that was my situation. And you're gonna run out of bullets. Okay? You're gonna fully run out of bullets. This thing is gonna take roughly 600 bullets to kill. Or more. It's absolutely crazy.
Hardly any nomination.
And then you're gonna just get on a box where this thing can get on, and you're gonna use your stupid plasma cutter to deal with it. And that's it. And it's gonna roar like, wah, time to time on you. And it's gonna drain your HP a little bit. And it's gonna stand still, because you're in an inaccessible location, aka the typical Bethesda rock. Yes. Ever wanted to defeat something in a Bethesda game? This is the normal evolution. This is a rock. You just get on the rock, and anything that attacks in melee suddenly is clueless how to get up there. It's beautiful.
Beyond just best RPG. You know, it didn't even make categories like for best graphics or anything like that. And it brings up this discussion right here, which is definitely interesting. It says, Phil and the Xbox team seeing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Diablo 4, and Starfield get ignored at the Game Awards ceremony. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. But that doesn't mean Starfield did terrible. It was Bethesda's biggest launch, apparently, in terms of numbers, sales, that sort of thing. So it's been
Still doesn't make it good.
very, very good for Game Pass. So in that regard,
Hey, I can make a game also, and I can launch it, and if I get even one download, that's my best game ever. Doesn't make it an actually good game.
it is a win for Microsoft. It's just not having the staying power that they want. And I think they wanted more staying power, like Baldur's Gate 3. Again, we're going to get into those numbers in just a moment. But I will say this about Microsoft. They have some amazing stuff cooking up. Have you seen the new Fable trailer? By the way, a lot of people assume that.
What do you mean? That's amazing. People hate the Fable trailer. Have you seen it? Wait. Watch this.
Fable
Bruh.
trailer.
Watch.
By the way, a lot of people.
He cuts it off before they show her face. Okay? He cuts it off before you can see that disgusting mug. The Fable also looks like shit. And everyone's making fun of it. The new Fable looks like absolute dog water. Wow.
Assume that was complete cinematics, and guess what? They confirmed that was 100% gameplay. I think that game is going to absolutely blow everyone away. But yeah, as promised, here's this
No, it won't. It's a woke disaster.
right here. Starfield has fewer Steam players than Skyrim 2 months after.
The opening of the trailer or whatever they released, the teaser for it, literally starts with, "I'm not a man, and you should accept that, and you should be happy for it. I'm a powerful, ugly woman." Yeah, I'm not happy about that. No one is, in fact.
Launch, and I had to check. I was like, wait, is there truth to this? So let's head on over to Steam database. And it's pretty revealing. We have Skyrim here. Now, this is the one of the editions. Oh, yes, the special edition.
One of the
All right, so stick with me. We have 18,835 players on right now. It's about like 6:34 p.m. over here, by the way. So it's probably higher midday around 12 or what have you. And then we have Starfield at 19,686 players. So it's pretty much even right now. But then you have to consider the numbers off of Steam for both of these games, by the way, for like Xbox. And then there's Xbox Game Pass that you have to consider, PC.
As much as I understand, no one's playing it on Xbox. Every Bethesda fan is playing it on PC because of mods, obviously. So no one's playing on Xbox.
Game Pass and Starfield would be in there as well. But yeah, I think ultimately Bethesda was kind of hoping for these kind of numbers. A couple months after release, Baldur's Gate 3 is seeing 100,000 concurrent players. And I think that's what they were hoping for with Starfield. And
He starts shooting this robot. I have seen at this moment so much of this gameplay because it's all just rehashed and reused that I am starting to just know what happens in a couple of these clips. You just start shooting this robot.
It's just not happening, and I think that they're probably kind of
Yep.
surprised, which means they need to really take their time on Elder Scrolls 6, go back to the drawing board, slow down, and really just be honest with themselves. Really ask themselves, like, what can they really do to improve?
For some people who say that Starfield is a great game, I love the fact that they can't even get new footage because there is no new footage. Okay, most people who are yelling the praises of Starfield don't even play the game.
What they do with open world RPG experiences. And again, I've said time and time again, it doesn't matter so much to have 1,000 of this or what have you. That's not what is important. Quantity isn't it for me at all. Just get the details down. You can have even more of an intimate experience. Of course, I do expect Elder Scrolls 6 to be a mammoth of a game, but I don't want them to accidentally go the Starfield route where it's just too big. And
I don't think anyone's honestly saying Starfield's too big. I think everyone's saying Starfield is just too empty.
Not much to do. But yeah, now it's time to go over your top comments. I love reading your guys' comments. Remember to leave a comment.
I don't. That's the end of the video. Wow, open world games. He actually is using a webcam here. Nice. That's extra fun for us, I guess. Not bad. Anyway, happy for him. He should get more sponsorships because he should get sponsored by Bethesda. Because saying Fable is going to be a success is, I mean, wow. It's as bad as saying that Starfield is a success. We all know Fable's going to just get absolutely squashed, and destroyed. It is what it is. Anyway, this was Quizzer Sensei, and thanks for watching. That was Open World Games. One of our favorite sources for Starfield copium. Never fails. It's amazing. It's beautiful, in fact, ain't it? Anyway, have a nice day. Bye-bye.